Meanwhile, I will be mining until they show up. Alright, Corellia Initiate showed up just as I finished up the first asteroid, so let's go ahead and orbit this guy in. As a matter of fact, let's orbit close. I'm going to set the default to 1,000 meters. Get in nice and close. Our target is locked. We don't have drones in this ship, so we have to use the guns. Cargo container, let's loot it. Production assistant, we have him. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and go back to mining and mine out all of this stuff. And the reason for that is kernite is worth a little bit. 300 ISK per unit. So I'm going to mine all of that I can. And besides which, when you refine kernite, you get several minerals that are worth more. So, like I said, I'll be mining all of it. And what I'm doing here, continuing to orbit as I mine, that way this is something that I do when I'm mining normally, is I will orbit the thing that I'm mining. Because that way, if belt rats like Serpentis or whatever happen to show up, as they sometimes do, then by being a moving target, I'm harder to hit. There's a lot to be said for that. Okay, I've got a few more asteroids to finish off, so I'm going to mine them all up, and I'll be back at the station in a bit when I'm done. Alright, I got to thinking about it, and I decided that given the combination of the small hold size of that ship and the number of asteroids, I went and picked up the Bacon Donut. Now this ship is much better suited for mining. For one thing, it's got a 5,000 cubic meter ore hold. It has 2 mining lasers, and it has a mining laser upgrade, which improves the performance, and a survey scanner, which lets me know how much ore is in each of the asteroids. So, this will make the mining job go a whole lot better, and let me actually be able to mine all of the ore in these asteroids well within the approximately 50 minutes or so that I have left to complete the mission and still get the bonus. So, I will be mining, and I will catch you back at Hoover's office. Just finishing up the mining here. And we've got 1 asteroid left. And this cycle will finish that one off. And this is, by the way, the 2nd trip out here in the Bacon Donut. This time we've got like 1752 cubic meters of kernite. There's 5,000 the first time. There's whatever the Catalyst had on its first trip out. The Catalyst would never have been able to mine all of this stuff in the amount of time available. So definitely it was a good idea. Very worthwhile to take 10 minutes to fly off to another system and get the donut. Okay, this cycle ends in just a few seconds, and that will be the end of that asteroid. And then we can head back to Colonon.
The asteroid is depleted.
All right. Returning to dock. All right, Hoover, what you got? There's your mission completed. One last job. All right, what is it? He's got an order for several hundred Navitas frigates. He's got blueprint copies, but he needs me to arrange production himself. Could I build one of those frigates? All right, so I got a blueprint, a 5-run copy for a Navitas blueprint. I need to build one for him. Reward, I get an Iteron, a second one. Cool. 247,000 ISK if I can do it in 6 hours. All right, let's rock. After submitting, press next when you've submitted the manufacturing job. All right, we'll pull that out of the way. Close this. Let's get our manufacturing job. Blueprints. Cloudon. Navitas blueprint. And manufacturing. Pick installation. We'll take this one. And we need to make one. Okay, now this is telling me all the materials that I need for it that I don't have on hand. Okay, that's not a problem. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add up all these things, and then I'm going to go get them. And I'll be back when I have all the materials. Because building a ship, as you can see, takes a lot of material. What's cool about this is this blueprint is good for 5 runs, and he only needs 1. So I'm going to make the one, give it to him, and then later on, when I have more material, I will be making more of them and selling them. I'll be back when I have my materials. Okay, I have arrived in the E-013, which is a cargo ship. We have a load of all the materials required to build this ship that we need to make. Alright, Navitas blueprint. Manufacturing. Pick an installation. We'll take that one. And we'll do 1 run. We have all the materials. We're good, except the quote. It will take 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 20 seconds. It will cost 1,333.93 ISK, and so on. And what all this is the raw materials required. This is extra materials required because of my skill levels and whatnot in manufacturing and the various skills required. And as I train those skills up, the amount of extra materials required will go down, which means my production efficiency will go up, and so on. So, we will accept the quote. Select an assembly line again. Okay, let's take this one. 1 run, go, quit talking, and do it. There we go. Installing job. Alright, now, we'll go over here and get jobs. Navitas. In progress, 1 hour and 9 minutes. Now, it said that I should hit next after submitting the manufacturing job. Okay? No need to sit around. The jobs continue even offline. I can go through the help window. I can do a mission or 2 for Sister Alatura. And that's the Sisters of EVE Epic Arc, which I will be doing soon, but first I want to finish off the advanced military options. So I'll go ahead and hit done, and I'll be back when this Navitas has completed construction. Alright, I'm back, and the Navitas is ready, so we'll go ahead and hit deliver. And yes, let's see, okay, the afterburner still be done in about just under 18 hours. I'll be able to take those and go sell them. And yes, I could very well have taken the let's see, okay, here's the new Navitas. Yes, I could have gone ahead and taken that time and run a few missions and whatnot, but it really turned out to be a good point to stop, take a break, grab some coffee, have something to eat, so on. Okay, here you go. Here is your new E-013, or your new Navitas, whatever. Okay, successful completion of that Navitas, proven to have what it takes to get by on your own. Okay, I can deliver results, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Alright, great. So, I now have another Iteron and a bit of cash to go with it. And that takes care of the industry track. What remains now is the advanced military career missions, so let's jump right into those. Alright. First mission, the swap. Something basic. Local businessmen blackmailed. And I'm supposed to go ahead and go in place of the business guy, and instead of paying the ransom, just kill the pirates. And I get a book on propulsion jamming and 72,000 ISK. Okay, ship restrictions, anything I need to concern myself? No. Alright, we accept the mission. And we will close this out, and let's get a ship appropriate for this. And I think, yes, the Imicus, I think. Make that one active. Check the fitting to make sure. Yeah, we've got drones and so on and so forth. Let's go. Alright. Undock and warp out to the inevitable dead space location. Okay, here we come. We've got an acceleration gate, of course. Activate the gate.
Warp drive active.
Oh boy, what a place. We have a Corelli initiate. Let's target him. And orbit. Let's deploy the drones. Drones can go ahead and engage the target. So much for him. We have a couple of buddies. Let's get them taken care of. So much for him. We've got 3 more. Drones definitely make this a lot easier. Orbit this one. Let's not wait for him to attack. We'll just take him out. Alright, do we have any more? Doesn't look like it. So I'm going to take a few minutes and loot these wrecks just in case there's anything expensive in them. Alright, here we are. Okay, Kella, what you got? Mission completed. Alright. Let's go ahead and jump into the next mission. Alright. May seem a little strange. Discovered the headquarters of a pirate group. A few members of the little cartel remain who may use this headquarters to rebuild. We don't want that to happen. Going to give me a frigate loaded with proximity-based explosive charges. My job is to fly it into the headquarters. When they see that I'm not just some average combat pilot, that I'm a capsuleer and so on with access to clones, they'll get the message and disband if the explosion doesn't kill them first. Okay, the ship blows, I find myself in a capsule, and as soon as I do that, I just warp out, and that's it. And for that, I get an Atron. And 64,000 ISK, and another 65 if I get it done in 3 hours and 10 minutes. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Ship restrictions, there's a... Okay. We'll accept the mission. Alright, well, what's this little pop-up here? Close that. Alright. Okay, select appropriate equipment, so on and so forth, yada yada. Always read the mission text and make relevant changes before undocking, of course. Alright, and ship hangar. And which one is it we're supposed to use? That's what it didn't say specifically. Right-click the ship, select Assemble Ship, then Make Active from the contextual menu. Yeah, that's fine, but which one to assemble? The Atron? That doesn't quite make sense. Let's have a look at this mission brief again. It must be the Atron. Okay. The Atron is a frigate, right? It is a frigate. Okay. Okay, assemble ship. Make it active. It's going to be a shame to blow it up, but alright. Open the fitting services and strip the ship, which shouldn't be a problem because there isn't anything on it. Alright. Okay. And no, I don't need to know more. Alright. Okay, ship is stripped, and let's go ahead and close this, undock, and let's go blow this thing in their face. Okay, warp to location, and away we go.
Warp drive active.
I love how we warp right through stuff. Okay, and of course there is an acceleration gate, so go ahead and activate the
Warp
gate.
drive active.
All right. Serpentis Stronghold. Approach at maximum velocity. This isn't about attacking anybody, just hit the doggone thing and blow up. Presumably one doesn't have to actually activate a self-destruct. Well, maybe. There is one. Right there. Boom. Okay. Very nice. Very impressive explosion. Okay. Head back to dock.
Warp
That will
drive
take care of
active.
that. We'll see you there. Okay, here we are. We've arrived back in dock in a pod capsule. And let's see, complete the mission. All right. The whole idea is losing ships is going to happen, and the saying, don't fly what you can't afford to lose. Cheap, expendable ships and so on. All right. That keeps the losses as low as possible and so on. Okay. Let's get the next mission. All right. Undivided attention. Okay. So we're in the field learning about interdiction, in particular warp disruption. Warp disruptor modules, they fit in the medium power slots. When activated on another targeted ship, they disable that ship's warp drive and stop it from escaping. Referred to as tackling. Alright, limitations. Disruption range. They only work to a certain range. If your prey gets outside of that, you need to close ground quickly before they can get into warp, reactivate, and so on. Limit the strength, and so on. If they have more stabilizers than you have disruptors, they can avoid being pinned down. Okay. Civilian warp disruptor. Tested out on one of the pirates fleeing from the headquarters. Seems one of them escaped the explosion. We don't want them getting ideas about revenge. Pin him down, but don't blow him up. We just want to scare some sense into him. Oh, how about that? Okay, get a civilian warp disruptor, which means it's good for the mission, but not anything else. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and accept the mission. Disruptors and scramblers. And we have a pop-up. Okay, inventory. Let's go ahead and pop up the Amicus. And where is this civilian warp disruptor? Okay, ship modules. Let's sort that out a little bit. Civilian warp disruptor. Okay, fit to active ship. Okay, we're in place. I don't think we need the survey scanner for this. We'll just unfit that. I'm going to go ahead and take that off of there too. Alright, now what else does Aura here have to say about this? Open the fitting service, put it on there, yada yada. We already did that. Needs to be manually activated, so target the enemy and then activate the module. Only works within 20 kilometers. Alright. Warp core stabilizes, raise its core strength and stopping it. Okay. Undock and complete the mission. Yada yada. Okay, let's go. And we'll see you at the dead space location or wherever it is. Okay, we're arriving. We've got... Okay, here's our fleeing pirate. Let's target him and approach. Maximum velocity. We have some Serpentis rookies as well. And let's orbit the pirate at 1,000 meters. And we'll go ahead. Alright, don't shoot me, I'll leave. Just let me go. Okay. So I guess I just turned the thing off. check the mission brief. And I think I've taken care of all that was needed, so let's warp out.
Warp drive active.
We'll see you back at the office to make sure I actually did it right. Okay, we're back. Alright, Kala, we warped him, scrambled him, and then we let him go. Hello. Okay, complete mission. Alright, not good, not bad. Alright, let's request the next mission. Alright, another assignment. This one, they got a distress call. Party attacked by pirates. They left him for dead. I need to go out, repair his ship so he can continue on. For this, I get a remote armor repairer module, which lets me repair his armor by remote. Alright, so we get a skill book, some ISK, and the civilian remote armor repair system. Okay, accept. And I'm going to just click right through this because I'm pretty sure what it's going to tell me to do. Yeah. Alright, close that up. Ship modules. Alright, where is it? Civilian remote armor repair. Fit. Alright. Check the fitting to make sure it's in. Okay, we're good to go. Or are we? Yeah, it's up here in the high power slot. Okay. Let's go. Undocking, and we'll see you at the location. Okay, we're arriving on site. I looked at this module. Have to be within 4,000 meters in order to use it. Here's our damaged vessel. Let's go ahead and orbit that thing at 2,500. And we'll target it. And... oh, I'm not in range yet. Okay. Get within 4,000 meters and start the repair module. Okay. Nice visual. Alright. Everything's good, and that's done. Turn the module off. And I guess we head back.
Warp drive
We'll see you back there.
active.
Okay, here we go. Repair completed. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into the next mission here.